6 years ago, I was drowning. Not in my eating disorder, because I'd recovered from that. No, this time I was drowning in recovery itself. I'd gained weight, I was eating my fear foods, I'd taken a full stop break from exercise, and I was doing all the other things that the eating disorder recovery community tells you is the quote unquote right way to recover. But despite following the recovery rules, I still felt more lost than ever. I was constantly second guessing myself. Am I eating enough? Am I eating too much? Is this mental hunger or emotional eating? Maybe I'm kidding myself with all this extreme hunger talk. Maybe I'm just using these terms to binge eat. Perhaps I've just neurally rewired my brain to become addicted to food. Or what about exercise? When can I exercise again? Wait, is that the eating disorder talking? It goes without saying that not only is this mental chatter fucking exhausting, but this is not freedom, my friend. Everyone said recovery is worth it, but I was at a complete loss as to how anyone could claim that being in recovery was better than engaging with the eating disorder. I mean, sure, I was tired and miserable before recovery, but I was just as tired and miserable now. At least the eating disorder had given me a sense of purpose. So I considered relapsing, but even this thought saturated me with shame. How could I miss the ED, who was supposed to be fought to the death? Well, here comes the plot twist, my friend, because it wasn't until I stopped facing my fears that I could truly start discovering who I was. Because the truth is, fear is hardwired into our biology, making any attempt to overcome fear a pointless pursuit. To clarify, this doesn't mean that you become a victim to fear. It simply means you stop identifying with fear. That is to say, you stop allowing fear to drive your decisions. This radically new view of viewing fear as your partner rather than your enemy, is the undercurrent of my newest book, How to Get Out of Quasi Recovery. In the accompanying Discovery Workbook, I invite you to reframe your own fears as opportunities to be curious, because it's this curiosity that ultimately allows you to uncover the answers that have been within you all along. My lovely friend, autistically ED-free Academy participant, and soon to be on the podcast guest and How to Get Out of Quasi-Recovery beta reader Nico experienced this transformation firsthand, and here's what they shared. How to Get Out of Quasi-Recovery is an incredibly validating and mind-opening book that has been a transformative part of my recovery journey. Livia explains so many experiences that professionals dismissed because they didn't fit into the neurotypical understanding of eating disorders, and Livia gives voice to feelings I've struggled to describe because I lacked the right framework to understand my neurodivergent experience. While the book obviously can't do the work for you, it provides the understanding, tools, and encouragement needed to escape quasi-recovery, all presented in ways that autistic people can properly understand. The blend of biology, psychology, neuroscience, anecdotes, and challenging yet empowering truths reassures me that the discomforts I face in recovery, or rather discovery, yes, thank you, Nico, for putting that very eloquent nuance in there, discovery are meaningful steps on my unique path forward. I couldn't have said it better, Nico. Not only is most eating disorder recovery advice geared towards neurotypical people, which creates the illusion that it's harder for a neurodivergent person to find freedom, but this shift from recovery to discovery seriously changes everything. Because once you start aligning your actions with the person you want to become, well, fear and limitation simply cannot coexist with that life. So if you too want the understanding, tools, and encouragement needed to escape quasi-recovery, grab a copy of How to Get Out of Quasi Recovery, and the accompanying Discovery Workbook today by visiting the link livelabelfree.com/quasi recovery book. Both books are available in multiple formats, so the main book as a paperback, ebook, and audiobook narrated by me. And when you purchase the workbook on my books website, livelabelfreebooks.com, you'll see it comes in some really cool formats, including a spiral-bound version and even a Word document you can type directly into when you order the ebook version. And when you order the ebook version on my books website, I'll actually send you all the files I have. So the PDF, which is just a digital replica of the print version, I'll send you an EPUB, which is like Kindle friendly, so you can read it on your e-reader and adjust the font size and everything. And then I'll also send you the Word document that you can type into. So with those details out of the way, I'd love to ask you, if these books resonate with you, I would be so, so, so grateful if you could leave a review on Amazon and Goodreads. Early reviews are incredibly important for not only supporting me as a small business owner and autistic author, but your stars and your words help other people to discover these books so they can ultimately discover their authentic selves. And this goes for all of my books, by the way. So if you decide to read or have read any of my books, whether it's my memoir Rainbow Girl, my cookbook Nourishing Neurodiversity, my Neurodiversity Affirming Food Freedom Guide, How to Beat Extreme Hunger, or now How to Get Out of Quasi Recovery and the Discovery Workbook, please leave a positive rating and review on Amazon and Goodreads. You can find all of my books at livelabelfreebooks.com, and in fact, I have a mix and match bundle option, which means you can get a discount when you buy 2 or more books of your choice. So again, that's livelabelfreebooks.com, and I will leave all the links in the show notes as ever. I so appreciate your support. I'm so excited for you to read and learn and embark on your unique discovery journey. And of course, I will talk to you in the next episode. Bye-bye for now.